Everyone has dark feelings. It's how you deal with them that counts. Spellbound is a Netflix original from writer-director Vicky Jensen, who's done projects like Shrek and Shark Tale. Check out her IMDb page for the full list of her work, and 3 other writers were involved. It took 4 people to write this movie. Remember that as I go into it more. So, 2 did the live-action Mulan movie that really wasn't all that well received for a variety of reasons, and the other writer did an Apple TV CGI animated movie called Luck that I saw a couple posters for, I think I saw a clip of, and I never bothered to seek it out. Why? Because it's Apple TV, and that has to be one of the worst goddamn streaming services that I even had a trial for. Terrible interface, and shows that I think precisely 5 people in the world watch. That being said, this involves Rachel Zegler voicing Princess Eliane, who is dealing with a secret. Her parents are monsters. They went into a forest and they turned into monsters, and now a year later, things are not going all that well. And she must solve this mystery before her parents are monsters forever in history. Spellbound tales, woohoo! So, her parents are voiced by Javier Bardem and Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman apparently taking any Netflix project that is thrown her way. I don't blame her. I have no problem with Nicole Kidman being in a movie, but man, she's made some questionable choices. I still say this is better than A Family Affair. Oh, they tried to make it like Nicole Kidman was, just an awkward MILF, as it were, that people would not exactly gravitate towards until one guy did. Right, because Nicole Kidman, being undesirable in any way in her mid-50s, is absolutely believable, except it's not. That has nothing to do with Spellbound, but it's more interesting than Spellbound. Yes, unfortunately, this is an animated movie that, well, CGI style, Pixar, more DreamWorks style, actually, in all honesty, where Princess Eliane must figure out what she can do to bring her parents back. And she has forces against her, like her own dark feelings that manifest on this journey as she reflects and tries to get her parents to this particular place to restore them to their former glory. Okay, I'm just going to be perfectly honest. Besides some nice animation and a couple decent comedic moments, the songs range from either average to, quite frankly, downright annoying. I didn't hate this movie, but it wasn't very good. John Lithgow also provides some voiceover work for a character named Bolinar. And you have Nathan Lane. By Christ, can you tell it's Nathan Lane before he even says a goddamn word? And I like Nathan Lane, don't get me wrong. He's very funny. But you can absolutely tell when Nathan Lane is voicing somebody. And you have Giovanna Bush, who actually isn't all that bad in this. I don't know. This didn't work. This really, really did not work. You do have the actress who played the abuela in The Heights. She has a voiceover in this, and that was a pretty tough part of that movie. Also had better music than this. Yeah, there are a few decent moments. This feels like a manufactured, just like gruel-filled animated adventure that has a fine message about accepting your parents as they are, accepting how life can change, while dealing with, being a teenager and not always getting your way. Unfortunately, the movie really doesn't have any substance. And I'm not talking about the substance. I'm not talking about injecting yourself and having 7 days as a younger version of yourself. That's a great movie. This just doesn't have enough substance that is anything that we haven't seen like 1,000 times before. It's like Brave, but without the Pixar budget. It is like a lot of these movies where somebody compared it to Tangled. I don't know why. I really don't know why anybody would compare this to Tangled, because Tangled was good. Yeah, this ends up just kind of being basic. Not even a basic bitch of a concept. It's just basic. It's just there. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. Spoilers will not take very long. It is what it is. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. So, basically we get a musical opening. We see the kingdom of Lumbria. I felt like I hurt my Lumbria watching this. I felt like Rachel Zegler might have hurt her Lumbria trying to carry this. Why do people have something against Rachel Zegler? I'm not saying she's amazing, but she was fine in the Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and she's going to be in Y2K in about a week and a half. She's fine as a young actress. I think she seems, personable and everything. But nevertheless, basically, she must hide the fact that her parents are monsters because they turned into monsters in the dark forest of eternal darkness. Who the fuck wrote this shit? Oh, right, 4 idiots. I'm sorry. That's mean. That's mean. I'm sure they meant well. And yeah, I'm probably out of the target audience for this particular movie, but I've enjoyed animated movies that have been out of my target audience, or out of my target range, and still this one just kind of wore on me. She really just wants her parents to get back normal. She knows her parents are there, but her parents are either eating too much food or they're trying to eat people, and they're locked away. So the General Cardona, not Matt Cardona, God forbid if Matt Cardona had a voiceover in this, we really might as well have just thrown it in the goddamn trash. That's mean. That's mean. But nevertheless, why would you have an average wrestler voicing a popular character? So now, the idea is there's these two oracles, both voiced by Nathan Lane, who have a device that doesn't really factor in to anything. Like later on, it's supposed to be like a magical wand thing, like a game of Simon, but they end up running off or whatever when they see their actual monsters, and they basically get eaten until Rachel Zegler's like, no, stop. And oh yes, Molinar and this other character are bound, determined to stage a coup. Oh boy, that's exactly what we need, in our in our filmography. Stuff where he's like, we're going to take over this kingdom, by staging a coup. Good thing that doesn't happen now. And nevertheless, they go off into the forest. She finds the oracles. The oracles basically say, you must go and keep finding these beacons of light and find this lake of light to restore them. And so they do. And then eventually, there's also this purple character named Flink that ends up switching personalities, switching bodies with Molinar. So now you have John Lithgow as a little purple flying squirrel thing. Because I guess that's what this... He was in goddamn Conclave. And then he was in... and he's done comedy. He did Third Rock from the Sun. He also was great in that comedy Cliffhanger. It was funny to me, seeing Sylvester Stallone trying to act like it was so dramatic when that lady fell, because she was an idiot, and she deserved to fall. Anyway, let's not talk about Cliffhanger and my unyielding rage towards it. Let's talk about the rest of this. Along the journey, it seems hopeless, but she will not give up. And every time these dark feelings happen, a tornado comes in. We're going to fly, monkeys, fly. So yeah, every time the dark feelings come up, a tornado comes up. That's how the parents transformed, because they were always arguing. That's pretty much it right there. And yeah, I'm sorry, but none of the songs really work. There was a weird sound jellyfish tree, hollowed out tree thing where the parents learn to speak, I guess. But then dark thoughts come and the tornadoes come and the parents slowly realize, well shit, we need to stop arguing. But they also ultimately realize they can't be together anymore. But before that, we have some weird tiger, owl creature, cat things that almost lose their son in a sandstorm, deep hurting, where if the sand is in the dark, it becomes quicksand. I guess. The fuck kind of world is this? So, Rachel Zegler ends up rescuing the little kid, white snow leopard thing. And the parents realize, well, we need to kind of band together. But then once they get to the Lake of Light, they admit they can't be together. And because she didn't get her way, we kind of get an argument. Her dark thoughts take over and span around. It's like Inside Out 2 if all the life and energy was sucked out of it. Because she sees all the stuff from when she was a kid. And then her parents realize that they have to rescue her. But before that, they get captured by General not Matt Cardona and others. And then, oh yes, and there were also these Flink-type blue things. It was like Trouble with Tribbles. And they end up digging holes and throwing larvae at all the soldiers. But apparently they don't die, because then you have John Lithgow's Flink, and then you have Flink in John Lithgow's body. Are you following me so far? Free the king and queen. They're able to talk. We have to go rescue her. Okay, all our soldiers are in pits, but we'll go over here. So eventually the parents decide to band together, tip this giant hand thing of light onto the tunnel, and they free her. And now, a year later, they're living in separate lives. And the kingdom's fine. She has a birthday. And there you go. That's about it right there. Does sound like I'm taking the piss out of it. Look, I didn't mind the idea on principle, but the movie itself just wore me down. And yeah, it's not a 1-star effort, but it's not even an average effort. It's an F. I'm sorry. It's just not very good. It's just really boring and bland and stuff we've all seen before. We've all seen it before. So yeah, F. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Rethlin. I'll see you soon.